First of all then, John, we're 3 days away from the game now against Australia at the Telstra Dome. How have preparations gone in the build-up to that match?
Yeah, I think following on from our first game, we've trained very well and come together again, as a team and discussed some things which we need to work on, which we've been, trying to put into practice through the week at training. And I suppose that we can talk a lot about what we're trying to improve on, but the biggest sign of our improvement will be in the game itself. And I think myself and everybody else included is just looking forward to the occasion, playing at a fantastic stadium with the Telstra Dome, which we've driven past on the bus a few times, and playing against the current or the world champions and the number one seeds in the World Cup is going to be a brilliant occasion for us as professional players.
You were here in 2006 with the Great British touring side, and part of that tour is the touring experience as exciting and as good as ever for you as a player? Yeah,
I think you're very privileged to come away with a group of similar-minded blokes, and I think you can travel anywhere around the world, and we would have a good time in each other's company. And 2006 was enjoyable for different reasons, but I'm certainly enjoying this tour as much as any other tour that I've been on, and staying in fantastic places, like Melbourne. We've been up to Townsville and Brisbane and the Gold Coast. It's a fantastic opportunity, and then on top of that, to be representing your country, which is the pinnacle of our sport, and it should be the pinnacle of your professional careers. To do that as well is just a fantastic achievement. But certainly enjoy the travelling and touring, sort of living out of a suitcase, moving from hotel to hotel. That's very much the fun part of it. For 6 weeks anyway. I can see a prolonged period of doing that could become quite tedious, but for the short time what we are here, I enjoy that very much.
3 days away now from the game here in Melbourne against Australia. How have preparations gone in the build-up?
Yeah, really well, I think. We've been training, and Tony's been looking after us a little bit, not putting us through too much, but I think at this time of the year that's what we need, and preparation has been going really well. All the boys have been coming together good, and we've already watched a bit of the review from the last game, and obviously we need to improve a little bit on that, and I've been putting that into practice in training, so hopefully we can take that into the game.
How are you feeling about the game yourself? Obviously you played against Australia in 2006 in the Gillette Tri-Nations. What are your thoughts on the game specifically?
Well, me personally, I'm just looking forward to the game. Really, I just want to get out there and let's get on with it. Australia obviously are the favourites, and rightly so. They've been at the top of the game on the international stage for many years, and obviously the current holders of the World Cup and stuff. But it doesn't come much bigger than playing Australia on their home turf, really. So all the lads are up for it, and like I say, training's been going really well. So I'm confident that we've got the ability within the side to beat the Australians if we turn up on the day.
And how are you yourself enjoying being part of the Rugby League World Cup? The tournament's getting good coverage here in Australia and in the UK. It's a real festival of rugby league, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and it's massive over here. Probably like I say, a lot more publicity on this side of the world, and it's nice for a little bit of a change, really. Off the field as well as on the field is that little bit more hype around the game, and I think that's only good for the boys, really, and probably might bring out that little bit more extra in in some of the lads if they're thinking that it's a bit more looked at. I don't know how to say really that over here, but there's a bit more emphasis on the game. So hopefully the lads can just be comfortable around that, and not let it affect the game really. And if we just play how we want to play, then like I say, I'm confident.
And the World Cup tournament itself is really gathering momentum here in Australia and around the world, and you get the sense of being part of something, don't you?
Yeah, well, definitely so. I think that the World Cup should be a massive occasion in the sports calendar, and rugby league in our country, it is a big sport, and it's even bigger in Australia. So the World Cup should be one of the premier sort of events in the sporting calendar, and I think we've seen that, and it has been promoted very well over here. And I think more and more people are starting to talk about it, because I think some of the games which you would have probably thought would be less competitive have produced some very close games, and they've been very exciting to watch from people are neutrals of the game. And certainly as players ourselves, we've enjoyed tuning into some of the other fixtures. So I think the World Cup is, a fantastic occasion and something that we're all proud to be involved in, and one of those events that when you look back in your career, you're just happy to say that was part of your career, and representing England is, like I said, the pinnacle of that, and in the World Cup there's no greater honour.
And on the subject of profile, the game over here is being talked up by people in Melbourne as part of a great sporting festival in the city. There's the Melbourne Cup, the other races around that, and then they have this Australian rules versus Irish Gaelic football challenge as well. It's a portfolio of events. Is it pleasing to be part of such a high profile period of time, if you like?
Yeah, I think it is. It's great to be in Melbourne when all those things that you mentioned are going on, and especially very lucky to get the chance to go and watch the Irish play the AFL boys, and I'm certainly looking forward to that. From what I've seen in past encounters, it can be quite feisty, and I know that there's going to be no lack of passion in that. So unfortunately, get a chance to go and watch that, and you say that the World Cup is alongside those events, but it should sit alongside those events, and if not, the World Cup should be the premier event. In any city which it's going on. It's the best rugby league players in the world coming together, and it certainly deserves its place alongside such great historic events as the Melbourne Cup and the Irish AFL game. So it's great to be in Melbourne at that time, and it's good to see that the Rugby League World Cup is getting some coverage, but I certainly think that it can get more coverage, and let's see what the viewing figures are after the tournament, and it's certainly going to be something to work on, I'm sure.